Well, the silly season of low expectations is upon us here in Canada, and I suspect it goes on virtually in all parts of the world when attention is drawn away from our objectives and is put in some sort of weird deal here that says your whole life's going to change or be different because of some different sort of political class that's in place. Hey, Coach Richard here. Yeah, I see it right now. It's an election here in Canada, election day, and somehow people are convinced that their whole life will be different depending on what political party is in place. Look, it's really up to you and your family and your acquaintances and stuff from the standpoint of how you're going to live. The power of collection of community is greater than you can possibly imagine. The great poisoning has taken place over the last few decades, right? I just saw the statistic today that if we actually went back to the disability rates in 2010, that there would be about $500 billion wiped off of government expenditures between Canada and the US. $500 billion. But as we continue to poison our people, poison ourselves from the standpoint of how we're eating, what we're doing, what we're not doing, right? We've created an issue because we keep looking at other things to rescue us, right? To make us better, right? The movement south of the border, MAHA, Make American Healthy Again. We're going to take dyes out of things. Stuff that's good for the macro. Okay, don't get me wrong. That's a good point. And here in Canada, I call it MICA, right? Make Canada Healthy Again. It's good to have some baseline sort of rules and things in place. But if we're not paying attention, if we're actually not paying attention to what we're feeding ourselves and our families, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. As I always say in the work that I do, I've got some tremendous systems set in place that have taken people from really just decrepitude and exhaustion and multiple medications that are just being pushed on them and prescribed on them to people who are living in vigor and vitality, people who have descended into to critical states of MS to today are very vigorous, people that have had bad cardiovascular um, uh, uh, incidents, is that the way to put it? That today are living, in a state of energy and vigor and vitality, right? They're not going through all the other nonsense that takes place. People that have been, type 2 diabetics that have basically thrown away their doctor and their doctor's advice and said, hey, I've decided I'm taking on control of my own life. You're not going to control it. I'll go to you if I have an issue, but it's up to me. If it's to be, it really is up to me. And today that they're living well and healthy and stuff. Talk about folks that have got issues with joints and things, and instead of just pumping medications, starting first with the Advils of the world through to other destructive medications that today are living really pain free. Oh, I know that's heretic, right? You're saying bad things about the medical community. Yeah, I do say bad things about the medical community because those poor sons of guns that are sitting there, just inundated with people after people after people after people that figure out that I've got to get through these people. I just have to go like an assembly line. I don't know. I don't know what to say outside of to emphasize over and over and over and over and over again that it's up to you. And it's up to you to direct your family. And it's up to you to promote within your community, to live in a state of vigor, vitality, energy, mental acuity. It's not a mistake that we have great increases in things like dementia. It's not a mistake, okay? It's the great poisoning. It's been going on for a long time, and now we're watching it happen and just sort of play out in the movie of the social movie, right? In the social life. It's there. You don't have to be like that. Oh, I know, you're thinking, it's too late for me. It's never too late. But by God, we have to understand that's got nothing to do with the government. Okay, it's all going to be the same. Tomorrow morning in Canada, when people wake up, it's going to be exactly the same. I don't care what party. I've seen it. I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. Yes, government sets a framework, right? Just a framework, just a place inside of which you have to operate. And if you take control of your own operation within your family and in yourself, then you can decide where you're going to live and how you're going to live. Yeah, imagine that. How you're going to live and where you're going to live. Yeah, it's like, small minds think in very small and shallow ways, right? And if we can keep everybody thinking very shallow, then they're saying that the people that are all wise, all powerful, will sit there and say, you don't know so much for yourself. But what you do know, and I know, is this, is you and I have control of our destiny if we decide to, if we absolutely decide to. And that's the key, folks. Yeah, this is Coach Richard's sort of thing. The people it doesn't matter what happens in the Canadian election tonight, whatever it is. Not for you. Not if you decide that you are the director of your own destiny. It's not. But you have to pay attention to it, and you have to decide that it's up to you. And you can gather the resources of other people that perhaps are around you that are also wanting to grow and to build and increase. Not to be the naysayers, not to be the folks that sit back and go, oh, my team didn't win. Blue didn't win. Red didn't win. Orange didn't win. Green didn't win. You can win. You have to decide that you're a winner. Because when you decide that, when you absolutely decide that, then it changes everything. Absolutely everything. I've seen so much in all my years. All my years, living all over the place. And what I do know is this, is that you deserve it. You deserve it if you decide that you are worthy, that you are worth it. Don't let this media and nonsense and all this outside noise, because that's what it is. There's signal and noise. Signal is the actual value of data. The noise is all the nonsense that swirls around everywhere to convince you that it's up to other people to decide how well and how you're going to live. You are magnificent. You were born golden from golden. The question is, are you going to recognize that you are golden? Because when you do that, I know, I absolutely know that you can be magnificent in so many other ways and influence so many other people. That's why I invite people to come join me on this journey of living a life of true health and freedom. Are you ready? Are you ready? You tell me. I guess I'll find out if I hear from you. That's it from Coach Richard. Whatever this is, April 29th, 28th, 28th. Okay, that's it. Go be awesome. You're worth it. All right. Bye-bye.